Well, hi Scorpios. Welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. So I shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them just a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So Scorpios, let's find out what can you expect coming up in your life. Oh my goodness. There you are, right there, Scorpio. Okay. The overall energy of your reading is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles, this is about security, stability, building on it, working on it, really focusing on your future. So let's find out why this Eight of Pentacles surrounds your entire reading. Up here in your highest energy is the Judgment card. Well, okay, you're wondering why all this has been going on. You've been going through a spiritual lesson. So it looks like you've awakened to it. It looks like you're learning your lesson. And I think this is, well, I know this is in your highest energy in the reading, but I think this is what this reading is all about. That you've awakened to a spiritual lesson. You finally learned it. You got it. It just, you got it. And now you're focusing, and it's like on your own stability and security. And so you might have put some hopes and dreams into somebody else, maybe providing your own security. And maybe you have learned that, wait a minute, you have control over your own life. Nobody else does. So I think that's kind of part of this reading. Let's just keep going. I have the Two of Swords next to the Judgment card. Oh, man. I think you've been in this Judgment for quite some time. I think you've blocked learning it. Your swords were up, like you just didn't want to deal with it because it was too heartbreaking, for one thing. You didn't want to see it, and you just kind of were blocking this. It's like an ostrich putting its head in the sand, this spiritual lesson. But it looks like you're done blocking it. You're awakening to it, and you're deciding to focus on your own self and your own future. I have the Five of Cups next to the Two of Swords. You've been disappointed in love. This is part of your spiritual lesson, by the way. You were looking at spilled cups. It's like you weren't getting it. Now you get it. And so all this figure has to do is turn around and see the two full cups of love behind them. This is a card of disappointment, dissatisfaction, just being totally disappointed anyway in love, just down in the dumps. A lot of D words. So it's a Five of Cups, but I call this the card of hope because turning around and seeing the two cups behind you changes everything. So I think that's where you're about to go, is kind of like taking a different look at things instead of dwelling on the past or dwelling on the negative, is you're going to turn around and see the hope. You're going to let these swords down, unblock your heart. That's the only way to do that. And I think you're going to start out by seeing the hope in the love that you have for yourself and building your own security and stability. But there's a strange thing too here, is the Lovers comes out right under the Judgment card. Now, the Lovers is a divine soulmate connection. There's your guardian angels and spirit guides. See, they've been blowing their horn down on you to get you to awaken. I think maybe there's been somebody in your life maybe that you haven't been paying attention to or taken for granted or was blocking moving into a relationship with. They're a divine soulmate. This is the card for Gemini. So they might have Gemini in their chart, or you might have Gemini in your chart someplace. But these guardian angels and spirit guides, look, they have their hands out and they're trying to bring you together. So I feel like there's a couple of things going on already. is you're learning your spiritual lesson. You're learning how to turn around, see the hope in life and love and the joys again, instead of just being down in the dumps. You're learning how to unblock your heart so that you can possibly open it up again. And you're focused on building your own security and stability. Now, whoever this divine soulmate is that's coming in, they're also working on their own security and stability. So this is perfect. I mean, it looks perfect. The Ace of Cups is right next to the Eight of Pentacles and right under the Five of Cups. You turn around and start looking at those cups of love, you're going to find out there's a divine soulmate that's coming in, and you're going to recognize them now. They may have already been around you. Like, I feel kind of like they've been around you, but you haven't really given them the time of day. But I feel like you're going to take notice, and they are meant to be with you. You've been lovers in another life. You've definitely known each other in another life. And maybe there's unfinished business between the two of you. I have the Death card right under the Lover's card. This is leaving the old behind. And this is this energy of blocking your heart. Just keep looking at, go, love, it never works out, they always kick my cups over, and, that's just leaving that energy behind and moving forward. It's like ringing out the old year and ringing in the new year, right under the Lovers. So this is going to really, whoever this is going to help you move forward. You're going to come out of this state of mind. So you've been in a state of mind that was blocking you from moving forward, and you're letting it go. You're turning around. You're getting it. And so these are thoughts of truth and clarity. And in your spare time, or your alone time, or just doing dishes, whenever, these thoughts start coming into your head, like, why me? Like, why can't I see it coming? Should I even ever trust myself to make a decision in love again? I mean, it could be all kinds of thoughts that could be coming through your head, and they're all thoughts of truth and clarity. But you're moving past that. It's right next to the Death card, and you're going to leave this behind too. I have the Emperor coming up, and right under the Ace of Cups. Now, the Emperor is a card for Aries. So Aries might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart. But this is about being strong. This is a really strong-minded person. They can be associated with the court system, or they might be a leader in whatever profession that they have. They go by the book. It's really hard to change your minds. When they make up their minds, they're pretty rigid. And compromising is difficult for the Emperor, but they're very well liked and well respected. I feel like this is the person coming in. I feel like, because it's right below the Ace of Cups, that this is who you're going to be able to hand your love out to, and has love to hand to you. I think this is your divine soulmate. I think they have a lot of those types of characteristics, whether they have Aries or not. These are all male or female cards. Either way, doesn't matter. Let's take out the second part of your reading, Scorpio. All right. Well, up here in your highest energy is the Four of Pentacles. You've been stuck in this Five of Pentacles. You've been stuck, not moving forward, just feeling weighed down by all this energy that's been holding you back from enjoying life to the fullest. Not letting too much love in, It's right next to this Ace of Swords. This is a lot like the Nine of Swords, except with the Eight of Swords. I said ace. It's an Eight of Swords. You're feeling bound. You have the blindfold on. You have the blindfold on here, not wanting to deal with things. But this is an illusion. It's like you feel like you don't know all the truth and clarity. But if you think about it, you just pull that blindfold off, turn around and you've got all that truth and clarity staring you right in the face. And I think this is part of your healing process. I think you've been going through a lot of healing, and I know you have because I see it down here. But so you're able to move out of this place you've been keeping yourself in, not wanting love, just like blocking it because you probably got hurt before. I have the Chariot. See, here's one card that says you're moving away from that energy up here. This is the card for Cancer. Cancer might be strong in your chart or strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But this is about moving forward, and this is sometimes is about moving forward fast. So you're moving away from these energies. They've really sucked up a big part of your life, it looks like. And there's a divine soulmate that's been waiting to come in. You've been in the middle of a spiritual lesson. You need to get through it in order to move forward with this divine soulmate. So I have the Four of Cups under this here, this Four of Pentacles, this feeling of being stuck. It's like, no, I'm not giving anybody my phone number. No, I'm not going to coffee with anybody. No, I don't want to go for a walk. No, I don't want to go on a date. It's like you're just your heart is protected, just like it is with the Two of Swords. No, you don't want love. You didn't want love in your life. No, that's a big no. But it's sitting next to the Ace of Cups, which is a big yes. And this Ace of Cups will override that Four of Cups any day. So, yeah, you've been holding yourself stuck in this energy of just not even giving anybody a chance, not giving yourself. That's the biggest thing, is not giving yourself a chance. So I think you're like I say, awakening to your spiritual lesson, and you decide, yeah, I'm going to give myself a chance. I'm going to start focusing on me and building my own future, my own security. And in the meantime, you kind of start letting your guard down. And so I have the Page of Cups here. And this is why you say no, because you think every cup that's going to be handed to you is going to have a fish in it. It's going to be tainted. This is a card for Pisces. So Pisces might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. There's a fish in the cup. This is a very immature, young offer. It can be an apology. It can be a little love offer, but it's immature. But you look at these offers like they're all the Page of Cups. They don't really have much meaning to them. But you're changing, okay? Once this divine soulmate comes in, you're not going to be able to keep up the facade. You're not going to be able to do it because you're going to feel the connection. And this other person may already feel that connection. You may already know them. I'm not sure. But when the Lover's card comes in, it's like, wow. It's like fireworks. And there's going to be a connection that's undeniable. So you are going to move forward from all this. You're going to accept one of these cups, and it's going to come from this divine soulmate, okay? And then it's probably going to be like phone number, asking for a phone number or something like that, because I see all this communication. This is through the airwaves. Communication, back and forth, moving forward because of the communication, getting to know them. And then I have Temperance next to the Emperor down here. Your guardian angels and spirit guides, they've been working really hard to get you balanced. Because staying in this energy that we have up here, that's not a good energy to go through life with, okay? And so you've had one foot in the emotional waters. So the part like, no, I don't want to get involved with anybody because all they ever do is break my heart. And then you got one foot on the land, like, I'm fine just the way I am. I don't have to have any, and you don't have to have anybody in your life, okay? But the thing is Temperance needs you to get balanced because you've been off balance. And so they want both your feet on the ground. Their job is to get you tempering, which is balancing, getting things like smoothed over, smoothed out. And a big part of that is learning your spiritual lesson. Your guardian angels and spirit guides, boy, they've been hard at work for you and your happiness. and what you want from life, what you really want, no matter what you were saying or feeling up here. So how this ends up is you end up in this place of having your heart is not guarded. You're standing upright. You don't have your head hanging low. You got rid of all that heavy weight of the pentacles. And you like grab one of these swords of truth and clarity and you hold it up and you're like, hey, I'm moving forward. But I'm moving forward seeking truth and clarity this time. This is where you probably went wrong before. How you got hurt, because I know you got hurt because you got the Nine of Swords right here. But you're going to ask the right questions. You're going to seek the truth about the lover, okay, the soulmate that's coming in, or anybody else before you move forward. And this is how you kind of make up your mind. You learn your lesson. You're like, I can handle this. I can weed out the wrong, people for me. I just keep my sword up and I keep asking the right questions and I keep looking for truth and clarity. And I will not ignore red flags. So next to the Page of Swords and under all this communication, and a lot of the truth and clarity comes from this communication. This is what's going to help you move forward. And I mean, you're moving forward to a beautiful place where you're going to be able to exchange huge cups of love. This is a standing cup of love that runs over with emotions. I mean, it's a beautiful cup of love. So this sword, you spent time alone. This is your healing card here. You've done a lot of it. You've gone through the spiritual place, spent a lot of time alone, seeking advice from the universe, meditating or praying for clarity, for truth. Very spiritual, very healing. So it's like you come out of this healing, you're learning your spiritual lesson, and you come out with your sword up. And look, I want to point out one other thing with the Page of the Page of Swords. They have both feet on the ground, okay? This is where Temperance wants you to be, where you need to be to move forward with this new relationship that's coming in. Divine soulmate, one more card. The Star, healing, excuse me, very spiritual healing. All this time that you've spent alone with this Four of Swords, okay, seeking truth and clarity, and this is all part of your judgment, is you've healed right down to your bare bones, to the essence of who you are. You're remembering what you want from life and what you don't want from life. It's the card for Aquarius, so Aquarius might be strong in your chart or in someone else's chart around this reading. The starlight goes right there. And you're going to heal. You're going to heal from all this disappointment in love and all this feeling really heavy and weighed down and not wanting to move forward towards anything substantial or committable at all. You're healing from it, and you are going to be able to move forward. This is a really nice reading. It's been a hard journey. When I look at this, I feel like you've been through a hard journey, and you are coming out on the other side beaming. It's a lesson well learned. So Scorpios, this was your reading, and thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.